Okay, so that's how it works. Any questions about how this works? Two things you have to do. One, you have to write on this. At the end of this, you'll need to sign it, stating that it's true, all of it, and then hand it in, and we'll take this and cross-check it against your posts on the website, and that's going to help us know that you were honest. It really is going to help us a lot. Questions about that?
So, there's no points for losing weight or losing inches or
no,
anything like that. It's just all about health.
It's all about health. My contention is that a person couldn't go through this getting more points than not, right? If you're probably getting above a 10 or 11 points per day, you're probably going to lose weight. My contention is if you got 15, if somebody handed me 15 points for every single day, missing 1 or 2 points throughout the whole challenge, and they didn't completely transform their body, I'm probably going to doubt your integrity. Okay? So that's kind of the thing. Let's go over each one of the points on there specifically, and then this week we're going to send you home, and all your job this whole week is to get used to this. Next week we're going to have a pretty harsh challenge that we're going to issue. We're going to talk about nutrition at this meeting. We're going to issue a really harsh challenge. We'll talk about how that fits with our points and that, but this week all we care about is you go home and start ticking points down. Start becoming conscious and aware of what the healthier points of life are, and start making yourself accountable for those. So that's the point of this whole week. Is that cool? Every week when we come here, we're going to discuss certain things like your story. You sitting here right now are the accumulation of your story, the story that you tell yourself and others about yourself. And we're going to talk about that and point a little finger at you and point some back at ourselves, and hopefully we'll all progress and grow in that way. We've also got some special guests coming in that are going to talk to you this time about your health, about your mental health, about the different aspects of your health. We're going to introduce to you what exactly we think your health is and how that works in all of this. So we're pretty excited about this challenge. Most of all, it's a community organization that I think is going to be kind of exciting to be a part of. Please participate in as many ways that you can, right? Get online, write what you're going through. We've found that the more you'll share, the more each of us get from that. And so if you participate in that, it really does, it transfers, it goes far. And I need it, and I think that the rest of us do too, which is, I hope, why you're here. Okay? Come and contribute and participate. The rules. Let's be very clear, just so you know. We'll get into the explanation of the points breakdown in a minute. 6-week challenge. It ends on the 15th. I think that is actually, you should say the 16th. It's open to all comers. It's a points challenge. We covered that. Grand prize, we covered that. Points totals, we covered that. Manually, we covered that. There are no such thing as extra points. I want to make that very clear. Okay, I've already heard a couple of folks saying, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take away, I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul a little bit, right? So if I'm going to go run for 2 hours on Wednesday because I missed my 30 minutes that we have to do every time, that just simply doesn't work. If you don't get your 30 minutes on the day that you're supposed to do your 30 minutes, it just doesn't count. If you run for 2 hours, it still only counts as 1/2 hour. I prefer, from a weight loss standpoint, if you happen to have a weight loss goal, that you don't run more than a half an hour or do more than a half hour of cardio in a day. I prefer that you would come in here with your GPP workout, increase your intensity through that workout, and really spend it. And we learned how to do that this week. Okay? I prefer that you come in and plow this workout harder, leave yourself in just a heaping, wheezing pile of sweat on the ground, and then go do your half hour. Okay? It really works better if you'll do it that way. So, no extra points. There's no such thing as extra points on this one. It's not on the paper. You can't rob to pay. If you didn't do 5 fruits and vegetables yesterday, say you did 3 and then 7 today, we're not doing it on the average. You just missed it yesterday, period. And today there's no extra credit. Be honest, I think that goes without saying. And then on the number 9, just so you know, we reserve the right. This is brand spanking new to us. We were kind of given this idea by Amy Kirkham. Amy was nice enough to kind of share what her family is doing, and then we adapted it and changed it, and we know there will be holes in this along the way. So if there are holes in this along the way and things that we need to patch, we will patch them, and we'll try to do that in the spirit of this contest or this challenge. Okay.
Will you explain this Sunday thing? Because I was reading something about Sunday.
Will I explain the Sunday thing? Oh, Sundays are free days, so we'll get to that. Let's go through that. We got about 15 minutes. We'll get through all of these things. Each one of them that have a point, let's go through so we all completely understand, and there will be questions. Please ask if you have any questions about it. Let's make sure that we know. So we'll go through the explanation of the points breakdown. First one is that no added refined sugars. So when you see the no refined sugars tick on there, just think to yourself added. The way that you're going to know is go look in the ingredients of anything, and if it says on there sugar, if it's in the ingredients, if sugar's in the ingredients, then that was an added sugar. If you see in there glucose, if you see in there fructose, I know that's a fruit sugar, but it didn't come in the form of fruit. They added it. Okay, it's a refined sugar that they added, so that doesn't count. Any sort of a sugar. What's a sugar, Neil? Google is your friend on these things. If you're not sure, go Google it. It's very simple. Google is cool that way. Question over here?
Corn is a vegetable, so I thought corn syrup would be okay.
Yeah, we're going to get to that one in a minute. No unhealthy snacks. Oh, sorry, go.
You said if it doesn't have honey, so does that just have it pure, but it's just added to sweeten something else that it's considered
If
added?
if honey, we're not going to call honey a sugar this time, and it's only because it's a technicality, right? We're just going to say, look, honey's really not a refined sugar. Honey, unless you want to call a bee a refinement, but I think they're about the most natural refiner that there are. So we're going to call honey a sweetener. You want to have some sweetener, you need something, go get your honey. We're fine with that. It won't count toward your points. I'm not sure it's the healthiest option, but it won't count toward your points. Is that cool? If it's added honey, cool. It's honey.
What about stevia?
Truvia, stevia, cool. It's not sugar. Another one? Okay. No unhealthy snacks. You know what an unhealthy snack is? You do. Check the ingredients. If it's got sugar in there, don't eat it. Okay. It's that simple. What are the good things that you can eat? If it's just eat stuff that either has a mother or is grown natural. Right? What's that? What about Pringles? It's got sugar on it, dear. It's got sugar in there, in the ingredients. It says right in it. Okay? No unhealthy fats or snacks. Don't eat them. Okay. A healthy and correct portion breakfast. This is where it's up to you. This is your thing. You get to do this, okay? And you get to determine what your healthy and correct portion is. If you're dieting, it's going to be different from somebody who's just trying to maintain their present weight right now and eat healthier. Okay? You get to decide what a healthy and correct portion is for you. How do I know it was a healthy and correct portion? Well, some of you are going to have to measure and weigh. I'm sorry, I know that's pain, but you can't possibly know. And please don't go writing down your score that day if you don't completely know. How many calories were in that? How can you know? You're going to have to measure and weigh. It only takes a little while of measure and weighing before you got it. You'll have it right here. You'll be able to eyeball something and tell you how many calories are in that thing. But until you get that skill down, that skill set down, you can't know. And so we'd ask you to develop that. That's what a challenge is. A challenge challenges you to do these kinds of things, and we're going to ask you to do that this time. Is that cool? So, did you weigh it? How many, was it equal portions fats and carbohydrates and proteins? Well, what are your portions? What should they be? We're going to have a good discussion on nutrition next week, and we'll kind of give you some ideas. They can be different for everybody in here, and we suggest that they do be different. What she would have ought to be different than what he would have. Okay? And you need to find that for yourself, what that is. Same thing with lunch, same thing with dinner. Eat 0.9 grams of protein per lean pound of body weight. Okay? How do I know what my lean body weight is? Well, now you're going to have to go find out. right? You can do it in a lot of different ways, and Google is your friend again right here. A lot of people will have those body fat scales. You can tell what your body fat is, and that'll tell you what your lean body mass is. You can extrapolate from your weight, generally based on certain things, what your lean body mass is. There's a lot of ways of finding this out, and I'm sorry to ask you to do some work, but that's kind of part of this gig. Okay? Eat 5 servings of fruits. What's fruit? It's not a chocolate-covered banana. That will not count. Okay? Let's make sure that we make that a thing, because the next one is a vegetable. Somebody already said I had some pork and beans the other day. That means I had some veggies. No, it didn't. If it has a sugar in it, or it has some unhealthy aspect to the vegetable that you just ate, we're going to say that's not a point in either of the categories. Okay? So you lost your point in the refined sugars if it was like a pork and bean, and you lost your vegetable point. Well, it doesn't count towards your vegetable point anyway. Does that make sense? If you do it, if you make beans and gravy, don't count it. That's not in the spirit of the challenge. How should I do my fruits and vegetables? I suggest you do your fruits and vegetables raw, uncooked, unseasoned for the most part. That's how this is going to work better for you. Yeah, but Neil, I want a burst cycle while I do my fruits and vegetables, and on the burst cycle, the fruits and vegetables aren't on the burst cycle. What should I do? My contention is that if you ate fruits and vegetables in a raw form, it really isn't going to have a net effect on your weight. I think you can eat 5 fruits and vegetables and do burst cycle. Now, if it doesn't, come talk to me and we'll make some adjustments that are specific to you. That's, again, also what this challenge is about, okay? We can make little adjustments like that.
5 fruits and 5 vegetables?
5 fruits and 5 vegetables, both. So 10 total portions. What's a portion size of a banana? It's half a banana. Okay, so if you ate a whole banana and thought that was a portion, you might be wrong. How many berries is a portion size? Of strawberries, how many blueberries? Google is your friend. You just go write how many strawberries equals a portion, and it'll come right up. It's easy. Simple, simple, simple. Okay? Take a multivitamin this month. It's good for you. We don't eat right. Most of us don't. Well, I'm going to say all of us don't in terms of what we need for our vitamins and nutrients. So I'm going to ask you to take a multivitamin. Unapologetically, I'm going to ask you to take a multivitamin, and you get a point for it if you do. Now, some of your vitamins, go read it. It says on there 2 a day. Okay? That means that if you didn't take both of them, you didn't get your point. You only had half a multivitamin. Okay, so just know that's the thing. 64 ounces of water a day. Just start chugging. Go for it. It's pretty simple. Not fluid. You Diet Cokers. Okay? Not fluid. It doesn't say 64 ounces of fluid a day. It says 64 ounces of water.
Crystalline, let's talk about that.
Well, Crystal Light is also fluid. It's not water. It's Crystal Light. I know. Pete was water before it came out too, so it doesn't count. You can have all the Diet Coke you want. You can have all the Crystal Light you want, but in addition to that, you have to drink 64 ounces of straight, plain old H2O. Okay? No soda! This is going to be my personal challenge, and I'm sorry to infringe that or put that on to you, but that's how it works. You can't drink it. It's not a caffeine challenge. I didn't say that on here. It's not a carbonation challenge. It's a soda challenge, which means diet or otherwise, okay? It doesn't say... What's that? Zip Fizz, we're going to call that, I mean, that's probably, we'll call that a soda, isn't it? All right, let's not. Let's say it's something that's actually a soda, okay? And I guess you get to leave it to your own on that one, okay? You must do a GPP daily workout. The GPP daily workout. Unless you're on vacation and you go to one of the sanctioned GPP vacation workouts, we think that these work. We don't think they work, they do work. We can just show, I don't know how many thousands of times over, they're the most efficient, effective ways of becoming optimally healthy. It's just how it works. Please use them. You know what I mean? I did some bicep curls while I was on vacation. Does that count? No. Okay, I need your GPP. Go get your GPP. It will help you. And that's the point. There's a lot of thought and effort that's put into those GPP workouts. They're well balanced. The stuff they do on a weekly basis is amazing, and you all know that. That's the thing. 30 minutes of extra cardio. This is the part of the CCC challenge that's above and beyond for sure. There's a lot of other parts, but this is the one. For the next 6 weeks, I'm going to ask you to do 30 minutes of cardio a day. This is where we get to the Sunday thing. Okay? The Sunday thing is everybody gets a point on Sunday. Whether you do it or whether you don't do it on a Sunday, it counts. Okay? Everybody gets a point on Sunday. Any questions about that? Does that answer your question? Yeah, everybody gets 1 point on Sunday for that. And one for the GPP workout. 2 points for exercising on Sunday, whether you exercise or not. You get those 2 points on that day. Thank you for that clarification.
On the 30 minutes cardio and the hour bonus thing, like with your family, if you go on a 2-hour bike ride, can you count?
No.
So it has to be.
The question is, can I count? Remember, there's no two firsts, right? We talked about that earlier. Maybe I didn't make the point well. There's no two firsts. There's no doubling up on points in any way, shape, or form. So if you go with your family as an extra credit point, you still have, wait, did I write that?
Still has a half-hour cardio.
Wait, let me make sure.
I think you
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah, you cannot. So you still have 30 minutes to go do of your cardio because that's an extra credit point. You can't count two for. You don't get your extra credit and your 30 minutes of cardio for going with your family. You still got your 30 minutes to do that day if you want that point. But that cool? Prayer meditation. Remember, health isn't all about the physical. Okay, I don't care who it is that you pray to, but you got to pray to somebody this for the next 6 weeks. Okay, or meditate, or get centered, or find your chi. I don't care what it is, but try to find a way to reduce your stress because it counts, and it's a thing. 6 to 8 hours of continuous sleep. See, this is my ace in the hole. I'm going to drink the soda and I'm going to miss the point. Some of you little mamas are going to get up with the kids at night, and then I'm still in the hunt. Okay. Yeah. Listen, sleep is important. Okay, sleep is important. Let me tell you the reason behind this. Sleep is extremely important. It's not just important, it's dire. Okay, it's one of those things that will have a very direct effect on the quality of your life and going forward for sure. Okay, most of us just suffer our way through sleep. We don't put a lot of thought and effort into organizing our sleep. We don't. Our husband snores. This is just my lot in life. I'm going to get up and down all night. You're not healthy. You're at higher risk of heart attacks. You're at higher risk of diabetes. It's a bad deal. Okay? What I'm asking you to do in this 6 to 8 hours of sleep is try to organize your life. Try to go a little extra credit into your sleep and do the same thing with your sleep that you would do with your nutrition and with your exercise. Try to organize it in a way that you can get some rest.
So you need to get all your water before noon.
What's that? Yeah, get all your water in before noon. That will help. Especially some of us old guys got to get our water in before noon. Put some time and effort into your sleeping. Okay? Teach the kids if it's possible. I don't know if it is or not. I'm not your parenting guide. I don't know. But some people in the world somehow are pulling it off. They're getting their kids to sleep through the night and not bug them. Okay? There must be a way to do it. There must. Okay? There might not be. I'm not saying there is, and it's not a judgment thing here. I'm just saying it's important. Benadryl. Right. There's got to be a drug you can give them. There's got to be a club big enough to knock them out. Anyway, please put some thought and effort into your sleep. This is a challenge. Put it into your sleep. And I know a lot of us are like, it's impossible. I know. Please get control of that. That's the point. Okay? Extra credit points, and then we'll let you out of here. We got about 4 minutes, and I'm going to turn you loose on going off and making tips. Community service, okay? Through the week, you're going to miss points probably in this. We have designed this so that nobody's just going to roll out of bed in the morning and get their points. It's just not. This is rough. I love it for that very reason, okay? There's nobody in here doing all of this. I know it, okay? It's a challenge for all of us. It's going to make it so we're all in the hunt. But the community service aspect of this, I'm going to make it possible for all of you guys to get some extra credit points when you miss them here. One of them is community service. Okay? I think it's selfish to run into fitness and make that all about yourself. You know, those guys that are sitting there looking at their abs in the mirror, you know, beautiful. I'm so awesome. I think that's the wrong reason to exercise, and I think those guys are less healthy than they are fit. Does that make sense? Okay? Community service, I love the thought and I love the idea of taking the health that you develop here and going out and using it to serve society on some level. So please do. And so I've given you an extra point. If you're willing to go do something like that, we're willing to give you an extra point on that. And I think that's important. Okay? Question on
Does it
that.
have to be like sanctioned somewhere, or can you like take your kids and go pick up litter somewhere else?
Doesn't have to be sanctioned. This is your gig. It's community service. It cannot directly, everything does, right? Everything comes back to you. But it cannot directly benefit you or your family. You can't go help your mom in her yard all day and call that community service. Okay? Community, family activity. I'm trying to strengthen families here too, because that's part of health, right? It's not all about the physical. I'm going to say that about 100 different times. Take your family and go play tennis. Take your family and go throw a ball around. Whatever increases your heart rate and get your family all together. If you don't have a family, that's why we put community. Get together with your dorm room, get together with your buddies, call all your friends together, go do something active, it counts. Okay?
It has to be active.
Has to be active. Do something active. Go bowling. I'll call that active. That's active enough. It's active enough. Okay? Get together in front of the Wii and do that bowling. Not active. Go out and do something.